Hello, I am Lois Letchford, author of the book Reverse to Memoir, and reading to children from the book Eureka about scientists who changed the world. And today we have another name that you may or may not know, Michael Farraday, born in 1791 to 1867, a brilliant experimenter who revealed the mysteries of electromagnetism and the fraudulence of spiritual mediums. Arguably the greatest experimental science of the 19th century, if not all time, Michael Farraday discovered electromagnetism, induction, benzene, and the laws of electrolysis, invented the transformer, the electric motor, and the electric generator, investigated polarizing light, and even took time out to debunk spiritualism. What a beginning. He coined the words electrode, anode, and cathode throughout his life. He was a devout Christian, which held onto the acclamation of wealth was sinful. However, Michael Farraday was born to a blacksmith in Newington Butts, a hamlet that sits being absorbed by London. After a basic education, he was apprenticed to a London bookbindery, where he had the opportunity to read widely. He soon developed a passion for science. To learn more, he attended public science lectures when he could find them, a favourite haunt being the city's Philosophical Society. When his apprenticeship was up, a friendly customer gave him a set of tickets for lectures given at the Royal Institution by the great chemist Sir Humphrey Davy. Faraday decided to switch careers from bookbinding to science. He first approached Joseph Banks, president of the Royal Society, who rebuffed him. He then tried Davy, who essentially told him to stick to his day job. However, Davy remembered the eager young man when, the following year, the Royal Institution had a vacancy for a laboratory assistant. After Davy damaged his eyesight in a laboratory accident, Faraday served also as his notekeeper. Additionally, Davy took him on an extended tour of Europe in 1813 to 1815, giving him the chance to meet such distinguished figures as other physicists. Back in London, Faraday rejoined the Royal Institution, where his star began to rise. He also helped Davy in the invention of the miner's safety lamp. In 1821, he made his first major scientific discovery. A Danish physicist had found that a wire carrying an electric current deflected the needle of a compass, thereby showing that magnetism and electricity are two faces of the same phenomenon, electromagnetism. This seems very obvious to us now, but at the time it was a paradigm shift. Every scientist in sight started experimenting on electromagnetism, and Faraday was no exception. He theorized that the electricity-bearing wire must produce lines of magnetic force, a magnetic field in other words, and to demonstrate this, he set up a complicated piece of apparatus that was, in effect, the first electric motor. Although practical electric motors use a very different design, they rely on the principle Faraday worked out. The irony is that Faraday succeeded in this and other electrical experiments despite having entirely erroneous ideas of what electricity actually was. He thought electricity was a type of vibration that put molecules of an object under stress. That stress could be conveyed to the molecules of the air and thus to those of an adjacent object. He also did his investigations without any reliance on mathematics, which he despised. He was the last scientist of any note not to use maths in his work. Faraday reasoned that if electric currents had created a magnetic field, then surely a magnetic field should be capable of generating an electric current. It took some years, starting in 1824, to get the notation to work. But in 1831 he did so, producing the first transformer and thereby discovering the principle of electromagnetic induction. The electricity can be created in a circuit by altering magnetic field around it. Soon after, following the same line of investigation, he produced the world's first electric generator. And that's the beginning of the story of Michael Farraday. It goes on, it tells of others who were also studying in the field at the time. But this one is Michael Farraday. Hit like, hit subscribe, share it, and find out more about these people who stepped out and changed our world.